live. Can you share the other link?
Which other link? I didn't get a link yet. THLers. We are here.
What a
It is
freaking nightmare.
We are off to a great start.
We're back with the same goddamn problems. It was just like, it wouldn't let me connect, and then it said it was connecting, and then it would crash, and then it redo it again, crash, redo it again. It was a freaking nightmare, Tommy. And the crazy thing is, I was the one calling you all the time, and then the whole problems happened to me.
I was ready. I've been here waiting, and you got marinara in your computer again. Frank?
I don't even know how to explain it, Tommy. I'm not even going to try to explain it, Tommy. I'm not trying to explain it. I'm done trying to explain what is going on here. But we do have a show today.
We do. We have a show. We've actually planned a show. We actually spent some time before the show to do stuff for the show. By we, I mean mostly Frank. I spoke with him about it on numerous occasions, and then he did the work, and it was all done, and we're all queued up and ready to go. And then the stream just doesn't work. So it doesn't really matter a lot what we do. It's shit's gonna go sideways. It just is what it is. But welcome to the show. This is episode 1 of our new season, of our new show that feels familiar.
Who are we, Tommy? What is State of the Smoke? What is it?
State of the Smoke.
I feel like we sort of like jumped in and it never explained who
It's
the
true.
hell we are. Who are we?
We had a weird start. The first 20 minutes are already gone.
Oh my goodness.
So, we are Frank and Tommy. We are THL. THL is the Hookah Lounge. It is a group on Facebook where we smoke hookah and talk about smoking hookah, and sometimes we argue about smoking hookah. And State of the Smoke is our show that we do. We are the original hookah podcast out there, and we talk about things that are happening around hookah. We talk about new products. We do interviews. We do jokes. We do bits. We have tremendous hair.
Yeah.
Frank usually does the intros, but he's all off of his game. I mean, this isn't my role. This isn't what I do. I mostly
You know what?
just
No,
wait
you know what?
and get a
You
joke
started,
in.
you were going good, and now we're back.
I've lost my momentum.
Tonight we have Jack Kassamanian. Oh my God! I just give up tonight. I just give
What
up.
happened? What went wrong?
I butchered his last name. I was just trying to say it.
I've never known how to say it, so I didn't even catch it.
You know what? I created a video. How about we watch that? Just to see this, just to show everybody. You know, I would say it's probably like 2 years. It's like a year and a half clip of State of the Smoke.
It's a highlight.
It's highlights. I was not able to get the State of the Smoke clips. State of the Smoke actually started early 2017, late 2016 on THL, and then we moved it to YouTube later on. I was not able to get all the earliest clips, and probably the first State of Smoke was just me. I think it was. But here's a clip showing just as much as I could get. A little segment. I didn't get everything. So
That's it.
I clicked it, Tommy.
I was just trying to help you lead into it. Relax. Jesus Christ.
Tommy can't hear me. Tommy can't hear me.
Test the feed. I didn't know we were doing it in front of everybody. But luckily, we probably have, what, 2 viewers?
Oh, wait, I should probably cover these.
Yeah,
things.
something like that.
That's another talk. We've had that discussion before.
No, when I came back into the moose conversation.
You know what?
Like what thumbtack specifically? I need to see.
You know, I'm gonna start it
Come
over.
up with some things.
We're starting over because the whole
Starting over.
video
All right,
is
guys.
covering Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy
Okay.
can't hear
Okay.
me.
So, welcome to State of the Smoke.
Tommy
If you
can't
don't
hear
know
me.
what State of the Smoke is, this is a highlight reel from previous State of the Smokes. It looks like it's already playing, and I'm talking over it.
Yeah, something like that.
That's another talk. We've had that discussion before.
No, when I came back into the moose conversation.
Like what thumbtack specifically? I need to see the thumbtack so I can come up with some things about it.
Oh, God damn it, Tommy.
Okay, sell me on this string. This string right here.
That string?
This string.
Is that a string or a lanyard? It looks like a lanyard.
Dude, it's a string. This string right here. Sell me the string.
Well, it's made from triple reinforced.
You know what? I have these hotkeys all messed up. I don't know what the hell's going on here, Tommy. But let me try again. Hold on. No, that's wrong. Tommy, I'm losing you.
Oh, what's going on?
Thing that I do occasionally on the side that isn't related to THL in any capacity. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty, you know, this is, I mean, look, we got Frank.
He's a wonderful YouTuber. But he's more than a YouTuber. He's a THLer. That's what's
Right.
important.
He's a winner.
He's
He's not a loser.
Not a loser.
Doug and I on State of Smoke this week. And we'll see you next
Cloud
week.
Master Flex signing out.
better. It's gonna be different, Frank. We're gonna get some real people to tune in.
You
We're gonna
know,
get people excited.
it's
We're gonna do promos for it. We
It's
were
just
so
amazing.
excited.
it was
We
so
were
amazing.
we've been excited and talking about this literally for the past 3 months. We've
Yeah.
been planning the show. Like you guys don't understand. We have
Yeah.
like every episode already planned out. Like we have actually really, really planned it out. And it is 11:30
Oh
on our
my
very
goodness.
first episode, and we're thinking about archiving the group. I think this might
Yeah.
just be the fucking end.
This is it. This is it. I mean, I don't know how it could get any worse. You know what? I'm not going to say that because when I do say that, things
At
do
least we're
get
still
really
here.
worse.
Yeah, at least we're still here for now.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, what are you smoking, Tommy? Let's actually talk about something hookah
What am I
for a
smoking? So
second.
I am smoking some AF Orange because I haven't made an order in a while, and when I don't make orders, I smoke a lot of Alfaker because it is readily available locally. I'm smoking some AF Orange. I'm smoking it out of my Stone unglazed bowl because I didn't feel like cleaning a bowl because I didn't think I had time because you told me to make sure to be ready by 10:15, and now my bowl's almost cashed. I've been sitting here just smoking, watching Frank curse at his computer. I'm smoking out of my B2. What are you smoking? You're not smoking, right?
No, I don't smoke while I do these broadcasts, but I am testing out some Adalia, and it's like one of those things where you hear about a brand, you go, everybody's like talking all about it, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna try it because there's most likely they're full of shit.
I understand.
like I'm not saying all the time, like a good 50% of the time. So I am tasting it. Some of them are good. The menthol is just not doable for me. I don't know what it is about their menthol flavors. It just chokes my throat to death. Yeah, I don't know like what they thought menthol is, but it's literally smoking Vicks vapor rub in shisha. So it's not a good thing. Zomo does menthol, but it's a cold, it's like a gradual cold. This is sort of like someone literally just kicked you in the throat as soon as you pull. Like it's just like there, and then it dies down after 10 minutes. So whenever I smoke anything with menthol on it, I just let it sit there for 10 minutes because I don't want to die. Everything else is pretty okay. Nothing world renowned. I mean, I do like some of their flavors. Probably the one that stands out for me is sweet. I have one open because I want to pack a bowl after this. Sweet bonbon. This guy, it reminds me of like cane mint or something. I can't even see it. The light's all fucked up. But yeah, it's good.
Cool. Very cool. I haven't smoked a lot of new stuff recently. I've been smoking a lot of Pure recently, and I've really been enjoying it. I've really been enjoying Pure.
I like their new
as
stuff
far as-
better than the old stuff.
Yeah, I feel that way too, but I found out that the new stuff's not new. It's the same. There's been no change to the formula. They don't use any preservatives, so it could be a shelf life issue.
So we said old shit.
You want to get fresh Pure. You want your Pure to be pure, and I'm not really sure how we ascertain that information when ordering, but you should. I've really enjoyed what I have. No, that's not right.
I swear.
Did you know, THL, that tinfoil wasn't discovered until 1910 in Switzerland? So the question is, what were they using on top of their hookah bowls?
Great.
It's just all
Great.
going
Thanks, Ross.
wrong.
No, that was good. That was a good time for Ross to come in. In a sense, I like how it started with coming back to me, and then he was like, "Nah, fuck you," and then he gave us some information. I don't know how many of you guys watch Ross's lives and stuff, but he is full of useful information. He just pops into our chat all the time, and he'll just tell us some facts, and then he goes back to war or whatever it is that he's doing.
Yeah, he
I
does
don't know.
something over there.
He lit a fire today.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He's
What?
Yeah, He's real excited about State of the Smoke. It's.
Oh.
I mean, we've really let him down.
I didn't. I mean, I didn't see anything because I was freaking out over here. But that's good.
Yeah, I mean, you
Not
were
the fire
you were,
part. But
you were over there. You were over there putting out theoretical fires. He was literally lighting a fire in his place of residence. It was bad.
so we do have an interview.
We do.
We do.
We hope.
And the interview's with Jack from Pitersmoke, and he's just going to talk a little bit about his company and how he got into it and who Pitersmoke is. Just to preface it, Jack was in a cottage in Iowa, so he couldn't do. You know what? Just watch it.
No, wait. Finish.
Just-
I didn't hear this.
This
He was in a
whole
cottage.
listen. Okay, this whole episode is just a joke at this point. Like at this point, nothing else could go wrong. Nothing.
So here's Jack live from the Kremlin. Go.
Okay. Is this one? I think. Oh my god! What am I? No, that's supposed to go later.
It's commercial time.
So we're back with another interruption of the show, and this plug again is from the bougiest hookah smoker of them all, Little Dow Vineyards. Isn't that right?
It does look good.
Back to it, Tom.
Just imagine how cool that would have been, you guys, if it came on at the right time.
Yeah, at the right
It would have
time.
been so cool. This show is going to be so good once we figure out how to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's been a big buzz within the United States.
Oh my
market
god! Why is it in the
about
middle?
Russian products.
I don't know, but I'm going to need audio too.
We have it with a special person in the community who has just started up a hookah company in the United States.
I think we should just like call this like a rap.
I want him to introduce himself, and we're gonna hear a little bit about his new company.
Really?
This is horrible.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Jack Kassamanian, and I am one of the owners of Pitersmoke USA.
Yeah, guys, and just so you know, Jack is doing this in a remote location. He's doing all he can to make sure he gets this interview in. So we're really
Just so everybody knows,
appreciate his
yeah,
time.
there's no
He
video of
wants to
Jack.
be able to do this. And I think you're
He's an enigma.
or something in the middle of the woods.
And on top of that, I was using the wrong mic. This is a freaking horrible.
That's correct.
So, Jack, in a few words, what is Pitersmoke? I know it's a company that.
There's also like a 5-second delay that's really making this a little stressful.
and that's fine.
I told you it was horrible. This whole thing. This whole.
In your own words, what is Pitersmoke? Some people in our European community probably are more familiar with this brand and this company, but people in the U.S. market probably don't really have understanding what Pitersmoke is.
And every time you have to wait.
So for the U.S. market, Pitersmoke is just a name. Pitersmoke doesn't really refer to anything. It's not derived from anything. It was just a name that 3 guys in Russia came up with, and that's what they've named their hookah business. Their hookah business is mainly retail shops and an online vending business, which is kind of what we're going to try and mirror here in the United States. Basically, what we're trying to do is start with the online vending, and we're selling primarily Russian products, Russian, Ukrainian, everything that's really popular in Russia. So there is a site that's just like ours. It's Pitersmoke.ru, and we're just mimicking that here in the United States, and we're calling it PitersmokeUSA.com.
Okay. So, like, if someone were to come up to you and say, or ask me, you know, how is Pitersmoke different from like your competitors like Hookah Shisha, Hookah John? You would say that what differentiates you is that you focus primarily just on Eastern European hookah products, and that's your specialty, and that's what you're trying to bring into the U.S. market now.
Yeah, there's been a big buzz within the United States hookah
Stop,
market
Tommy.
about Russian products, and I think the reason for that is because Russia is really developing their hookah culture by leaps and bounds. Just in the last few years, I'd say in the last 5 to 7 years, hookah culture has like really just skyrocketed in Russia. They're coming up with some real innovative products. They're priced very competitively, and there's some pretty good stuff coming out of there. Really quality stuff that we'd like to bring to the United States, so that the American hookah enthusiasts can enjoy them.
So, you know, I'm part of this community, so I always hear it. It's Russia, 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 Russia. But, you know, your general casual smoker that might be stumbling across this video.
I think what I'm going to do, Tommy, is re-upload this directly to THL channel and bump up the audio volumes on it because it's really hard.
Yeah, you're tough to hear.
Yeah. This is going great.
I love it.
Differently on their pipes that you won't see in an American counterpart.
Yeah. Oh my God! I didn't need it. Go to the next one.
Hey guys.
That was an interview.
So we learned a lot.
I can't. You,
Peter, wait, no, I got it. Just hold on, Frank. I'll save the stream for you. Okay, I got you. Listen, here's what you need to know. We're fucking idiots.
You know what it says right now, Tommy, on my list of the. So we have like a to-do list here on the left, and you know what we're supposed to
I
do
downloaded
next?
2 new apps for this stream.
Well, it says talk about how the interview went is the next thing. How did the interview go? I can't. We need to fix the audio. Okay, so everybody knows a lot of things happened, and long story short, this interview was supposed to be last week, ended up being tonight at like 7:30. While Jack accommodated as much as he could, you know, he flew into Iowa to his cottage and got on a call with us to do the interview still. So I appreciate that. It's just you know, nothing is going right today.
Here's the thing: we're kind of notorious, whether right or wrong. We're kind of notorious for not loving Russian products and Russia. And then we do this. It's gonna look like we did this on purpose, Frank, and we didn't. And we're gonna make it right. Jack, thank you for doing the interview. We will figure this out.
Yeah, we'll fix the volume issues on me, so people can hear the questions, and it will be uploaded as in its entirety to the Hookah Lounge YouTube channel as well as THL.live, so you can catch it there as well once it's fixed.
So, what all's new with you, buddy?
Well, this is where we're actually supposed to play the stupid John commercial, but now that we can't do that because the John commercial played before.
We already played the John commercial, yeah. Drink Dow. Pitersmoke is a company. Here's what we got. Here's what we learned today. Guys. I'm gonna try and sum everything together for anyone just now tuning in. You're very late. You missed a great show. So basically, everything went great. Pitersmoke is a company that it was from Russia and is now trying to sell in the U.S. market.
Yeah.
And Jack is involved, and we did an interview with him, and at some point we'll let you hear it. We promise.
Yeah. Yes, the interview was pre-recorded. We're we're not going to do many interviews live anymore.
Yeah, because of technical issues.
We can't even change the screen, let alone handle a third human being on here. So, you know, I think you guys are giving us way too much credit.
I can't believe anyone's still watching. Like, thank you guys for still being here with us.
I don't know if they're actually watching to watch us or watch us mess up more.
I mean, whatever works, as long
Yeah.
as you just keep watching, it makes us feel important, and that's really what this is all about.
So that is, you know, it says you're going to talk about something you have planned in our notes.
I'm going to talk about something I've planned. I'm so fucking lost now.
Do you know
Everything's
what
so out
that
of script.
is?
What were we going to talk about? Oh, well, we can talk about we were running the contest.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that. The drip mix contest. So we've been running a drip mix contest. It's gonna keep going. I'm probably gonna change the hashtag so we can find it, but we're gonna keep, you know, showing stuff off. The winner of our drip mix contest was Cameron Earl. His mix was 45% Tangiers melon blend, 45% Nirvana screaming pineapple, and 10% Tangiers cane
What
mint.
was the first one?
45% melon blend by Tangiers.
Okay.
So melon blend, Nirvana screaming pineapple, and cane mint. So that's a very, very buzzy bowl he had, and that's why I picked it, because I like buzzy bowls, and that sounded tasty to me.
So you have mango, pineapple, and then
No mango.
What? You said pineapple.
I said pineapple, no mango. It's melon blend.
Melon. What's a melon blend?
It's a blend of melons. Fuck you.
Well, I'm sure that sounds amazing. So it's a melon. You have a whole bunch of melons, some pineapples in there, and you know, some candy cane. It's nice.
Some melon, some pineapple, and some mint, and it's a very, very buzzy mix, which is appealing to me because I've just been smoking alfalfa.
Yeah, Brianna's saying that it's bullshit. It's because it's Tangiers.
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, we did have supposed to have some. We don't have that, do we?
Frank, I have no. You didn't say a sentence there, buddy.
Do you have the list in front of you?
Do I have the list in front of me?
Yeah, the list we made.
No, I don't have it in front of me. No, I mean, we knew what we were doing. We've talked about it. It's going off the rails.
So you don't even know what I'm looking at right now? So you have no idea what's next.
My computer is so bad that in order for me to not like freeze on the stream, I can only have like the Google Meets open with you. So I don't have anything else open. I'm watching the stream on my phone to keep an eye on comments, and I'm doing my best here, Frank. All right, you don't have to belittle me and yell at me in front of everyone. I'm fucking trying.
Ross, please help me here.
Ross, you need Ross? Ross is a madman. Ross lit a fire in his house.
Did you know that glycerin vaporizes exactly 290 Celsius? And that's what's needed for your hookah to work.
Thank you, Ross.
See, he actually gave me something useful.
I'm doing my best.
All right.
I'll tell you what, you really took the pressure off of me for my first interview.
Yeah, I mean, the bar is like there.
The bar is
right now.
It's fucking Tommy low. I mean, we got the Tommy curve. I'm ready.
There is no bar. This
no bar.
We just took it off. The kids was walking through. I don't even know what to talk about now. To be quite honest, like I feel like everything we had planned is just gone. Like that interview was supposed to be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, gone.
It was. I mean, I got nothing. The thing about it is, it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So I can't even talk to you about the interview because I haven't seen it at all.
It's about Russian. It's about Russian products, Tommy.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, so have you seen?
We
any,
got-
let us just make something up. I mean,
Yeah.
we
You
have
got
to
any
talk.
crazy news? What do we
No,
do?
I don't have crazy news. I was supposed to be the next one. And you were supposed to get them. And that's what I was asking you.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. I was supposed to do that.
This is going great. We have a list of things like.
Was I really supposed
How-
to find news articles for today?
Yeah.
I thought that was for next week.
Oh man.
I got to download another app.
This
This
is
is a nightmare.
listen, Tommy. We're spending
Yes.
most of this episode talking about how we're not prepared for the actual episode. I think Matt for AM Hookah Podcast would have a hernia right now. Or aneurysm.
Hernia, an absolute aneurysm. Yeah, his head would have exploded. Their show is so well put
Wait.
together, and we really thought we had it this time too. We were
Yeah.
so
I mean,
confident
we
and
had
cocky.
lists, we have things scheduled.
Oh, we
I
had
mean-
lists. We had stuff pre-recorded.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
guys, the season is actually booked. We have booked guests for the entire season if we can actually talk to them and get
Yeah.
things on here. So
That's-
it is
See,
planned
that's
out.
what we had. That's what we had. You guys got to remember, we were the original hookah-related podcast type show, and also we're the only hookah podcast type show that's also a mystery show. And the mystery is the show going to fucking even happen?
I'm not sure. if
So
it's a
tune in
mystery.
and find out. Tune in and find out.
Tommy, that I'm not even getting into it. Other things.
It's like we're like Scooby Doo.
So we are talking about HEW already. Actually, Tommy doesn't know about this. But another group wants to partner with THL to throw a party at HEW 2020. So that is
Tremendous.
That is in the works. So
What group?
I'll tell you after, Tommy.
You can tell me now.
No,
Let's talk. People, yeah.
no,
You
they're,
can-
they're all here.
they're all here. The group is at your house.
No, but all these faces. Just
Okay.
watching us. Yeah, after. I'll tell you. After.
Weird. That's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. Frank's just running around making deals behind my back, doing interviews we can't fucking hear.
Yeah. I don't know what to talk about now. Why don't you come with a topic then, Tommy? Yeah.
I got next to nothing. I got next to
See?
nothing.
See, guys.
I've been waiting to get paid to make an order, so I can't even talk about any cool new stuff. Like I've just been smoking out vodka, and Frank's been calling me every day to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm ready for the show.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm glad
I
you
mean,
are. I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're here because we haven't spoken to each other actually like this.
I'm present. So
You know-
I got a new haircut. We can talk about my haircut.
No,
Huh?
you know what?
Little hard part. You like that? I'm tired of everybody talking about your hair.
Listen, what I want
What?
to talk about actually is this whole thing with Coles and HMDs. What Coles have you been using?
So I like to use Cocoa Earth cubes. They're probably my favorite. They're a higher heat coal. If I want a lower heat coal, I go with Prestige
Mhm.
Jumbo Flats, and those are pretty much the only two brands I buy. I buy both so that I always have a low heat option and a high heat option.
So, what would you say about all these brands coming into the marketplace? Like, let's just say Superior for one, Shaman, right? You don't really hear about these brands anymore as much as we used to. Now, why is that? Is it because they're just now, in the flow, or do people stop using them?
You know, it's hard to say. I think it's one of those things. I mean, personally, I think that a lot of people use a lot of different coals. I know from conversations that I've had with other members that a lot of people do switch up their coals. So like they'll just buy, if something's on sale, they'll buy it as long as it's a natural coal. They'll grab it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you do have people like me who have their favorites that they always go to. I think that when something new first hits the market, you see it posted about a lot more, just because it's new and people want to tell you what they think of it. But like, for the most part, the enthusiast market, unless you're new to being an enthusiast, you know about Cocoa Earth, you know about Prestige, you know about titaniums, and those are really the main coals that I see people using. So it doesn't get talked about all the time. Like, it would be boring if every day I made a post and I talked about how much I loved Cocoa Earth coals. Like, it's coals. How exciting can it be? But when it's something new, then it's very exciting, especially if that new company is giving things to people so that they can try it. And I think that has a little bit to do with the hype that you see sometimes. But that's coming to an end because they can't do that anymore.
I just feel like when Superior came out, there's more talk about Superior than there is Shaman. Am I wrong about that? Is that just an illusion to me?
I mean, you're not, but there's a pretty simple explanation.
What is it?
A bunch of people got free Superior.
Yeah.
Which is fine, and it's not. It sounds like I'm being a jerk, and that's okay.
No,
I'm used to sounding like I'm being a jerk, but I mean, it does happen. And the thing is, when you get, if someone sends you free stuff, if you win a contest to get free stuff, you're excited that you got it. You want to try the stuff. You want to let people know what you think, but a lot of times you're going to have a very positive spin on it either way because they made you feel important and sent it over to you.
Yeah. That's probably what it is, right? I mean, I was just thinking about it today because I'm like, we haven't heard from in a while. We haven't heard from Tam and Superior. Yeah. We haven't heard from Shaman. Those guys. I mean, Sky's around, but specifically Shaman. I don't really see people when they talk about their setups. Like, usually they call out Shaman because it's a new product, but I don't really see people calling it out anymore. And it just leads me to believe that either they're back using something they're used to, like a Cocoa Earth, like you said, or a titanium or something, or what? I don't know. So I just found it interesting that sort of talk just stopped. I think they're HOH, right? I don't see people really using HOH anymore. Like, it's just gone. And I had somebody come up to me really recently regarding HOH, by the way, and they go, Frank, there's so many stems in this thing. You were right. I'm like, I know. I wasn't lying with the stems. Oh my god. I'm just glad that one stopped being talked about. They had interesting ideas, but
it's not good.
They helped Medwalk. Because Medwalk didn't have their flavor creator before. HOH did. Medwalk came, said, wow, we like this flavor creator. We're going to create a flavor creator too. Except Medwalk's flavors are better than HOH's.
Yes, and it's very, very cool. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm excited to do that if I ever get paid again. And what Frank's talking about with Medwalk, that's Nirvana, right?
Yep. Nirvana.
Yeah, so it's the tobacco brand is Nirvana. It's the guys at Medwalk make it.
Interesting enough, it doesn't come as it doesn't when you get it. It says Medwalk on it.
Really?
Nirvana. Yeah.
That's funny.
I wonder why. Maybe it's a licensing thing for tobacco that they can't. Like, Nirvana names have to be. I don't know.
I have no idea. But back to Coles, I'm going to say something that may be slightly controversial, and I'm interested to hear what you think, Frank.
You always say things controversial, but go ahead.
That's not true. Stop it. I think that outside of a few, I don't think that Coles really matter. Like, I have my preferences, and you can have your preferences, and everyone can have their preferences, but I genuinely believe if you can get used to the way that a coal performs, as long as the brand that you're choosing is, like always the same, as long as it's a consistent product, you can learn how to make any coal work for how you like to smoke. with the exception of if it's a very low heat coal and you like to use an HMD, then that can be tough. But for the most part, like, you know, any of the brands that are out there, in my opinion, you know, like saying one is better than another is kind of tough to do. I do think that there are some that are better. And like I said, Prestige and Cocoa Earth to me are my favorites, just because there's no extra smell and there's no extra flavor added. But that being said, any brand that you pick up, if you can learn how to manage the heat, you can smoke good bowls with those coals, as long as they're not quick lights.
So I could agree to a point, except I do, like, for me, I always use HMD. So for me, like, if I pop my Lotus 2 on my bowl, if I'm not using something that's providing enough heat, I notice it almost immediately. Like, it just starts dying. Like, I cannot, like I don't know what sort of application. Like, even, okay, let's go to titanium flats. I'm not sure if you tried these guys recently, but they're so low heat. I don't know what they're for. Like, even Tangiers, I think would need more heat than what those guys could give. But, like, yeah, like, if you try to use any sort of superior coal inside a Lotus, you're done. Like, you're done. You're gonna have like a ash puppy in there.
Yeah, unless you like really, really low heat, and that's what I mean. It does definitely come down to preferences. It's good to know and understand and talk about the differences of coals. I'm not saying like it doesn't matter at all, but I just feel like, I mean, like you, like if you get a batch of coals that are real low heat, you would just have to switch to foil. I mean, you definitely can't use a super low heat coal in an HMD.
But you know what happens to me with those coals? Like, even if I use them on a foil, the bottom blacks out because they're so low heat they kill themselves. So it's like it's at a point where the heat's so low that the coal itself can't stay ignited.
Right. Yeah.
Like, just touching the foil snuffs it out. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, what do you think is the highest heat coal on the market?
Cocoa Earth.
Cocoa Earth, yeah.
Is in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried like all of them. I mean, I haven't, like I said, like I know that I like Cocoa Earth a lot, and I know that I like Prestige a lot, and I kind of stopped trying new coals unless kind of sale.
You know, one thing I've noticed is Golden Desert was like here for me. Like, I felt like they were not as high heat as Cocoa Earth, but, you know, high quality. Like, I felt they were up there when they first came out. And now I got a box, and, you know, they're big cubes, but they ash and burn out so much quicker than my titanium cubes. Like, twice as fast. Like, I would get 35 minutes out of them, whereas my titanium cubes, which are smaller, last me 45, 50 minutes. It's bizarre. It's the most bizarre thing. I don't know what they did, but it's different.
Yeah, I haven't used them since they first came out, really. Like I said, I stick to Cocoa Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. And the foil thing. Okay, can we talk about donut packs for a second?
Yeah.
Because
so
this whole
for those
thing...
who don't know, why don't you explain what the donut pack is?
Okay.
And then
there's a group
and then
of
I'm
people,
probably gonna lose my fucking mind.
There's a group of people. There's a group of people that think if you move the tobacco away from the edges of the bowl towards the center, and basically you have less tobacco, and now you have this circumference of empty space around the bowl. Now you can easily heat the bottom of that tobacco. So that is the premise of the donut pack.
And we're talking about Tangiers.
We're talking about Tangiers, or it started with Dark Side. That's where it came from. For me, it's a ridiculous pack, just because, you know, what you're really doing is just, you could accomplish the same thing just by reducing the amount of shisha you have, because the heat. So the bowl, the idea is that you want to heat up the bowl itself, right? You want to get the bowl to temperature, because the bowl itself is what's cooking, not only the top of the foil, but the bottom of the bowl as well. Like, it's cooking it, and it should be cooking evenly all around. and that's why you heat manage. And the donut pack, if you're trying to get full cook through, how many times have you seen a Tangier's donut come out of a 80-foot 80 fully cooked after
80,
hours?
80 foot 80, plenty of times.
Plenty of times, right? So
Yeah.
there was not an issue
No.
cooking through.
No. So I have thoughts on this. And I'm not like trying to be mean. It's the thing is it wrong? Is it something that we're gonna get upset about? Not really. It's fine. But if you're unable to fully cook your tobacco with a regular dense pack for a dark leaf tobacco, and your way of making up for that is to do this donut pack. What you're basically saying is that A, you don't know how to manage your heat well, or B, your bowl sucks. And what I noticed is from a lot of the posts that I'm seeing from it, it's a lot of the thinner Russian bowls that don't conduct heat very well.
No.
And like that's like the difference that you see between like even the Japono bowls, which I like my Japono bowls. They're okay, but they don't hold and retain heat.
No, they're very
so
thin.
It's harder. Exactly. So what we're basically saying here, guys, if when you have a bowl that's packed properly and you manage the heat properly, you want to heat the bowl so that the edges of your bowl and the underneath of your bowl, everything gets to the same temperature, and you can evenly heat your tobacco all the way through. And that's when you'll get that whole donut if you smoke for long enough.
What people are failing to see there, Tommy, is that the reason why they have to do a donut in those bowls to begin with
is because those bowls suck balls.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So like Hookah John bowls, in my opinion, are not the absolute best bowls on the market. However, that to me is where the bar is set on whether or not a bowl is a good bowl. Like HJ's clay isn't Brandon George's clay, and in my opinion, it's also not as good as alpaca. Like I like alpaca better for the way that for the way that it retains heat.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I like those bowls better, and the reason why I've always said when these new products come to me and you get these new bowls and whatnot, like I don't like them, and it's not just because they don't feel as heavy. It makes a difference in the way that it smokes. And for those bowls, like I have the Japona funnel bowl. I forget which one it's what they call it. There's always wet shisha on the bottom, and my bowl tastes cooked. My bowl tastes burnt. So that doesn't happen with my HJ bowls. It doesn't happen with my alpaca bowls. It doesn't happen with my stone bowls. It's those bowls you have those issues, and it's because the bowl is really not as good a bowl. And if you're needing to pack like that with one of the brands that I mentioned, then you're just not managing your heat well enough. And that it's okay, and it's okay to pack that way. And if you like that bowl and you like that pack and that's the way you like to smoke, you're not wrong. It's just that you're not seeing what the actual problem is.
So Summer brought up that the ST bowl is really good, and they do it because it's not heating up and getting burnt as fast. So, I have the ST bowl too. So I'm gonna say something about the ST bowl. I like my ST bowl. And when I got my dark side, I was instructed to move it away from the edges because it burns faster that way. I haven't noticed a negligible difference when I try doing that versus just fluff packing it. I think I don't know if there's a way to measure it or not that somebody has, but I was not able to really see much of a difference of just fluff packing my dark side with less shisha in the bowl versus taking the shisha out and having a denser donut pack in the middle. In both ways, I still cook through my shisha. And the sessions lasted around the same amount of time. So I don't know how much help it's actually giving you. And if it's burning your tobacco enough where you feel like it's needed, what I would say is typically I go down in heat. Maybe I overcook my coals a little bit. And then during my first round coals, I have my coals cooked over a little bit so they're not like just freshly fully lit, but maybe they're a little bit overdone. Put those on first. Then my second round coals, since now the top is a little bit cooked already, now my second round coals could provide more heat and start cooking more at the bottom because it's not gonna choke my throat out because of the top.
Yeah, and for people who are really enjoying this this pack and think that it's the best way to smoke Tangiers or any other dark leaf, with whatever bowl you have, what I would like to see you do is use either thicker foil, double your foil if you're not already doubling it. If you are already doubling it, try tripling it, and add more heat and keep your coals on the edge of the bowl, and your bowls will last longer. And you should be able to get the full donut.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to
because and even it's even possible that you just need to use a bigger piece of the foil that you're using. If you're already doubling your foil, try using more foil and foil the whole bowl so that it can more insulate the bowl. Because the issue that you're experiencing has nothing to do with the tobacco. It has more to do with the bowl. And yeah, it works and you can smoke that way, but you'll have longer, more satisfying sessions if you can use the bowls that you have to heat your tobacco via the bowl. I promise. Otherwise, you're breathing in a lot of hot air.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing for someone to show me in person and say, "Hey, Frank, here's a regular pack I'm doing. Here's the donut pack. Look how much better it's smoking." I mean, I've done it personally, and I just, for me personally, it hasn't really done it for me. So I don't know. Maybe there's something missing. I'm missing. You're missing. I think if you use a really good bowl, it's going to heat evenly and shouldn't provide hot spots at any point in the bowl. If it is giving you a lot of hot spots, then the bowl might be a problem. But yeah, I'm interested to see. Someone's to come pack it for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
God damn it, Cameron, Mike, stop fighting.
Are people fighting?
Oh
boy.
Now I want to smoke.
I understand.
You know what it is? I have all this Adalia, but I don't want to smoke it. Isn't that horrible?
I felt that way about many brands. Yeah, especially when you get a bunch of new stuff to try, and then you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in a point where it's like, and I got this ice bomb by accident twice. And it's
but you
horrible.
like it?
No, I thought
you said you liked it.
I like sweet bonbon. Anything with the word ice on it, I'm gonna like.
That's the menthol.
Yeah, someone needs to get kicked in the throat for it. Anything else you want to talk about? While I'm figuring out what I'm gonna smoke after.
I got nothing else to talk about. Our show fell apart.
Yeah, like always. Like always.
It was fun.
What was this? Oh my god.
Frank really does not like Adalia.
I like some Adalia. Like, this one smells okay. The problem is, like, whenever I smell something, it smells really good. I get freaking scared. Because I'm like, okay, why does it smell so good? And then you taste it, and it tastes like fucking perfume.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I mean we've talked. I know we've talked about this before, but I've been smoking a lot of Alfacher, and there's always new stuff on the market, and I always for blondes find myself going back to Alfacher because it's consistent and it's what you expect it to be. Yeah, I mean it's exactly what it's going to be, and it's the same every time. I've not heard of batch issues or anything like that. And I don't think that Alfacher really gets enough love within the community just because it's been around for so long and it's readily available. So it's not as interesting to talk about because we've all had it.
I think there's certain flavors that Dahlia does well, but I think, Alfacher's double apple is better than their double apple. You know what it feels like? It feels like a Dahlia. Is a Dahlia older than Azor? Because it feels like Azor copied a Dahlia. Like this Berlin Nights doesn't Azor have a Berlin Nights flavor or Moscow Nights? This Berlin Nights smells exactly like Moscow Nights.
Well, brands have been doing that forever.
I just realized I'm smelling. I'm like, where did I smell this before? I'm
Like everybody's got a blue mist.
I'm like,
It's-
oh, this is Azure. I'm like, it's even a similar name. So weird, right?
And what's the flavor profile like?
It's like fruit, like gummy, like ish. Love 66. I need to figure out like, oh, guys, I'm gonna kick you all in the balls.
So you know what? I do have something I can talk about. I
What?
recently tried, for the first time in several years,
Mm-hmm.
some Fumari.
Yeah.
They've really changed. Like I was shocked. It wasn't covered in red dye. Nope. Here we go.
Did you know that clay becomes pottery at about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, with traditional clays being a more about 1,400 degrees? So that hookah bowl you're smoking out of, if it's clay, was somewhere between 1,000 and 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit to make it possible.
So they've really changed what the way that their tobacco is. Like it's not as wet and soupy as it was. It's not covered in red dye. My hands didn't look like I just murdered someone.
What
after
did
I
you
packed
get?
the bolt. I picked up sour cherry.
How was your sour cherry? Mine was garbage. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I hated everything that I got. So I got sour cherry, I got blueberry muffin, and I got ambrosia. And blueberry muffin used to be my favorite, one of my favorite
They were
tobaccos.
all garbage? All of them?
I didn't like any of them, but the thing is, I kind of stopped liking
It tastes
Fumari
different, doesn't it?
a while ago, but it tastes different.
It tastes different, right?
Like it tastes different than it used to. It tastes different than when it was real soupy.
It's not original Fumari. It feels like some sort of artificial Frankenstein shit.
Yes, I honestly almost felt like I actually had I don't know if you remember, I talked to you about it because you had just got some and then I got some and I picked mine up at a local store and I was like, is mine fake? Because it looks so much different than what I was expecting, because I remember Fumari from 5 years ago when I was smoking it and enjoying it. And I remember a lot of people in the community complaining that it was so like soupy, like it was so wet. You're not getting as much tobacco. You can't pack as many bowls from it. It is very, very sweet. It was always very, very sweet and still is. But I don't know. It's got like a different flavor to it that I really didn't enjoy. The mouthfeel is very, very soapy.
It's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
Tommy, because sour cherry, I tried HEW, and it tasted completely different. I thought it was going to be one of the highlight flavors of the year, and that's how good it was. And then I get it, and I have this freaking Robitussin tasting piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even, like, I don't know what the hell they did. Like, is this also acclimation issues? Did the fucking FedEx truck have issues? Like, it went from San Francisco tobacco can't survive outside in temperate climates? Like, is that what it is?
I don't know. That can't be the problem. But I mean, I got to tell you, I agree. I also got Red Gummy Bear, which was one of my old favorites. And the Red Gummy Bear and the Sour Cherry both just tasted like cough syrup to me, like really, really sweet cough syrup. And it didn't get any better. And I tried using lower heat coals. I tried using 2 low heat coals where I had almost no smoke. And it definitely wasn't being overcooked. Because at first, that's what I thought the issue was. Like, I must have used too much heat and burn it. But I cannot get it to taste good.
I think something went really wrong because, like, it's not that we've gotten more evolved our tastes. We taste more stuff. But, like we just covered, we still smoke alfalfa. Like, so it's not like we can't go back and say, oh, I still like this. It clearly tastes like they changed something, and very significantly, and not in a good way, in a highly negative way. Like, it just tastes horrible.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, the thing is, like, I've been around and active in the community for so long. Like, I remember how many people would complain about Fumari because of the consistency of it. Meaning, like, I mean the consistency of the tobacco, like not the consistency of the way that it tastes, but like how soupy it was. Like, there was so much juice, and it was, like I said, it was always dyed red and all that kind of stuff, and people would complain. And it looks like they tried to appease those people because it now is no longer dyed and it's not as wet. It feels more like Alfakar does as opposed to being so soupy like it used to be. But it doesn't perform as well at all.
You know what? I got 3 250s of sour cherry. That's how
Mm.
much I like that flavor at HEW. I ordered 3 of them,
They got you.
and it's not soupy anymore, like you said. It feels like
Yeah, it's not
Alfakar,
soupy. It feels like Alfakar. It's much drier than it used to be.
which would have been fine if it tasted good.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I
no,
know.
it was like it's like a whole different product.
It just feels like something significantly different about it. I mean, it's just a shame because I really love sour cherry. Maybe I'll open up one of the other 2 sour cherries. I really don't want to do it to myself, but I should try.
Honestly, that's how I feel about it. Like I got sour cherry, I got red gummy bear, I got blueberry muffin, and I got the ambrosia. And I smoked sour cherry like 3 times, and I just could not get it to taste good. And then I tried the red gummy bear, and it was like the same. And I had a bowl of blueberry muffin, and it was like blueberry cough syrup. And I haven't even opened the ambrosia that I have because I don't want to smoke it. Like it's sitting there. Like I said, I've been smoking Alfakar because I haven't been able to make an order. And my last order had this Fumari that I'm not going to smoke it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. You know, the thing is, it's weird because it's not just you. I had a couple of people tell me, a lot of people just don't say publicly when a flavor's bad anymore because they don't want to be jumped on. I mean,
It's
look,
fucking dangerous.
I mean, look what happened to me. I mean, the thing is, well, I had people complaining about Fumari, sour cherry specifically. Some people, I feel like though it's a larger problem where Tangiers, when the Tangiers batch issues came out, I feel like it was really mixed. It was really coastal. So you had this huge fight that broke out. But I feel like Fumari, it seems like a very consistent result where the majority seems like they have this issue, and there's a minority that actually got pretty good product that don't have the same problems.
Yeah, and I mean I don't know how to account for that. And like it's like one of those things like, are you packing it wrong? Are you not managing the heat right? And it's very possible that that's the issue that I'm having, and that because I'm used to Fumari how it used to be 4 or 5 years ago. But I definitely feel like they made a change to their formula, whereas the Tangiers
Zoomerette.
issues are like batch issues.
Someone's asking us about Zoomerette. How do we feel about Zoomerette? Yay or nay? Look, I'll say this. I really like those guys, right? So
Yeah.
I really like Cham and those guys. Are really, really nice guys. So I don't like bagging people, but we got a whole bunch of new flavors. I mean, I can't recommend them. I mean, like, that's the thing. It's just like I don't want to trash the product, but it's just not good flavors. The flavors were easily overcooking for me. They easily overheated. There was probably like 2 flavors that were okay, just okay, but they're not. The thing is, like, this is how
Well,
I
I
tell.
think
Go
I
ahead.
think we're being asked about the blonde Zoomerette, right?
I got some dark too.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to talk about that yet.
Okay.
So the blonde Zoomerette, which is what people are asking us about that they've had.
Yeah.
I think it's hit or miss. I don't hate it. There's a few flavors that I really do like. The one of the flavors that I've really enjoyed was the baklava, right?
Yeah.
Zoomerette had the baklava.
Yep.
Which I love. It tastes exactly like baklava. It smokes for a good solid round of coals. However, it ghosts the shit out of my pipe, so I can't smoke it. Like I can't smoke it. Like you have to like clean your pipe with vinegar right after.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's again going back to what I was saying before. Some people just go crazy with these products, and they make it sound like you're eating caviar off a goddamn, Playboy model's ass for each one, and it's just not the reality of the situation. The majority of times when I hear people going, oh my god, this brand's great," it's trash. And I'm not saying Zoomer overall is trash, or Charisma or any of these other brands, but you don't see me ordering it, right? And there's a reason. And there's a reason why you don't see people going, look at all the Charisma I ordered. You don't.
Yeah, no, it's
You
absolutely.
don't see it. Like, you don't see people saying, holy crap, look at all the Zoom Red I just ordered. No, it's always like, thank you, X, for giving me,
Right.
give me that, you know, and for me, when I tell people, Tommy, about how I feel about flavor, that's what I feel about. That's what I think about. I go, would I buy it after I'm done with this? And if the answer is no, then I tell people, no, it's not a good flavor, because that's the real answer.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, I mean, it's one of those things, like, we're talking about our opinions, and everything is based on your own personal preferences. So if you love Zoomerette or if you love, you know, Atalaya, or however you say it, like any of these brands that we're talking about, it doesn't mean that you're wrong or you're doing anything wrong. Like, I mean, I like what I like, you like what you like, but it does seem that the enthusiast market, people who smoke very, very often, all tend to land on the same side of the fence on these other brands.
Well, yeah, it's not too hard. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, the only time you hear about these flavors is when these brands really a lot is when their marketing's kicking in, you know, and they're sending out product to their friends like, hey, help me out, you know, help me,
Yeah.
help me, help me. And they're sending stuff out, and that's when you start hearing about them, and everybody's like, oh yeah, they're great, they're great, they're great, and you know, and then when they stop giving out stuff, they go quiet.
Right.
And there's a reason for that. You don't hear people going quiet about Trifecta ever. Like Trifecta
No.
doesn't have the same like stupid roller coaster. It has a pretty steady trending line where it's always in present sight on groups, and then it might spike for like significant flavors like pepper milkshake.
Yeah,
But
something new comes out and you see it more, but you
Yeah.
always see it posted. I mean, it's same thing with Tangiers. I mean, there will be batch issues. There will be times where, you know, there's things to complain about, but it's something that people are always smoking.
Yep. I don't know. Like, there's so many flavor. ROR was that HEW fucking trash brand. Like, I don't understand people. If you're gonna make a flavor and you're gonna make tobacco, at least do better than Alfaker. Like, you cannot like have like if you see your boss smoking, right, and he goes, "Oh, this is an amazing flavor. Come over, taste this, Tommy." And you go, you taste it, and if it's worse than anything you fucking smelt in your life or tasted or put in your mouth, slap him and leave, or tell him not to put it out because there's no if your benchmark can't beat Alfaker, you have no reason to be in business.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree with you, and I think that being said, probably a good 50% of the blonde market wouldn't exist if they went by that standard. And that's why I say all the time, like, I don't feel like Alfaker gets talked about enough, you know, for people who like to smoke blonde leaf. There's lots of flavors. You can make lots of mixes. It's relatively inexpensive, and it's better than a lot of what's, you know, really being pushed and marketed right now.
Can I ask you something? How is it that a company like, I don't know, how can Lavu go out of business for tobacco, but you have these trash brands just like hanging around nonstop? I don't understand. Lavu for me made pretty decent tobacco.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they were really good and decent. They had some really interesting flavors. Same thing with HQ. You know, he was making hookahs, but he had some really interesting hookah flavors for tobacco, and he stopped. And I thought they were interesting. They were different, completely different than anything on the market. They weren't just copying someone else's menu. That's what I liked about Haze as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in the same vein, to go even farther back, like Hookah Hookah and Hookah Freak, they were really, really, really good, really consistent. You know, you're not going to smoke for 3 hours. There was a blonde leaf that you're going to smoke one round of. They had some really, really interesting flavors. They had some great dessert flavors, and they're just gone. And then you have, you know, other brands out there that, like you said, you know, are, in our opinion, subpar and stay around. I mean, it's obviously there's business aspects that we are not privy to and don't understand. I mean, who knows how much money these different companies are making and how many stores they're in and how many different orders are actually being made and what their overhead is. And that all may be part of it too. Like, where is the tobacco coming from? Where is it being grown? What type of tobacco are they using? And how much is what they're selling actually costing them to make versus, any other company?
Okay, let me bring in another brand because I just thought about them. Alfakma. Where are these guys now?
I don't know. I never liked that stuff.
I liked 2 or 3 flavors. That's it. But I haven't heard about this brand in forever. I don't even think they were at HEW this year. And like they were everywhere last summer, promoting, giving out free product, and then this year I haven't heard from them again. Like they're gone.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Our view on what's going on in the hookah world as a whole is really very small. The enthusiast market is extremely small, and we don't know whether or not any of the brands that we're mentioning have done this, but who knows if a company makes a big push, they send out some product to people, they send out product to reviewers, stuff like that. You see people making posts, you see the people involved in the company being active in the groups and making posts and doing this and doing that, and then they disappear, but the company is still around. Is it possible that they didn't need the enthusiast market? And it is a subpar product, but they're in a whole bunch of lounges all across the country now.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep reordering. I mean, Starbuzz to me is the perfect example of that. Like, we all, for the most part, agree that Starbuzz is absolute trash.
Yeah, I don't
It's
like
trash.
Starbucks.
Nobody posts Starbuzz. No one really smokes it that much. It doesn't last long. It's very, very soapy. It's very artificial. And they sell more tobacco than probably anybody.
Yep.
So, how relevant is our opinion in the world of making money in the business versus us sitting here and talking about what we think is the best?
Very valid point, Tommy. And with that, guys, I know we start 11:30, so we are at top of the new hour, which is 12:30. I'm gonna play out the recap, and then we'll end it there. Sound good?
Sounds good. This was episode 0.5. We swear to God, you guys, the State of the Smoke is coming back strong. We have plans. Frank's got to get the marinara out of his motherboard, and then we'll be set.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on State of the Smoke. We're gonna play a recap for you, so if you want to watch that, and then see you next week.
Please come back next week, guys. We'll do better.
Same time, same place. Please hit the like button, guys. And hit the bell icon if you're not subscribed to get those updates. And we do appreciate the support. We don't get anything from this, but that just allows us to spend less time trying to hunt people to come and watch us. So that's all that does for you. So please do that. All right, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Oh, Cameron says you get to smoke his drip mix next episode.
Do it.
Let's see if this works. Tommy can't hear me. Tommy can't hear me.
Test the feed. I didn't know that we were doing it in front of everybody. But luckily, we probably have, 2 viewers? One of them.
Yeah, something like that.
That's another talk. We've had that discussion before.
No, when I came back into the moose conversation.
Like what thumbtack specifically? I need to see the thumbtack so I can come up with some things about it.
Oh, God damn it, Tommy. Okay. Sell me on this string. This string right here.
That string?
This string.
Is that a string or a lanyard? It looks like a lanyard.
Dude, it's a string. This string right here. Sell me the string.
Well, it's made from triple reinforced.
You know what? I have these hotkeys all messed up. I don't know what the hell's going on here, Tommy. But let me try again. Hold on. No, that's wrong. Tommy, I'm losing you.
Oh, what's going on?
Thing that I do occasionally on the side that isn't related to THL in any capacity. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty. You know, this is. I mean, look, we got Frank.
He's a wonderful YouTuber, but he's more than a YouTuber. He's a THLer. That's what's
Right.
important.
He's a winner.
He's not a loser.
Not a loser.
Doug and I on State of Smoke this week, and we'll see you next
Cloud
week.
Master Flex signing out.